My name is Marcy Miller, and I'm happy to be back at New Generations to learn more about their home care business. Thank you for having me here today, George.
Well, pleasure to have you.
What is home care?
Well, typically home care is non-medical services that assist people with daily activities. For example, personal care tasks such as bathing, dressing, eating, or everything from homemaker services such as light housekeeping, meal preparation, running errands and shopping, even taking people to doctor's appointments. So essentially what we do is provide care for people that have difficulty or limited capacity with daily tasks.
What are the advantages of home care?
Well, obviously you get to remain in your home, and that's people tend to do much better. As a matter of fact, 90%, 9 out of 10 people prefer to stay in their home. And although they might have chronic illness or disability, home is generally the place where they might have a spouse or another loved one who they don't want to be separated from and maintain their continuity of life. So not only do they get a better quality of life, they also tend to be able to manage their conditions better when they're at home.
So home care is really a way to support people so that they can stay where they prefer and maintain their quality of life.
Oh, absolutely. And not only do they avoid leaving their home, but it also extends to the family caregivers as well. And I think we all, anyone who's cared for a loved one, knows the demands it places on you. Oftentimes you're juggling work responsibilities as well as family commitments.
Right.
In order to care for a spouse or a loved one, it can be overwhelming.
Right.
And we find people that typically their health and emotional condition deteriorates because of these demands. Studies show that caregivers often have isolation, depression. They neglect their own needs. And ultimately, once they deteriorate, so does that of the care of the people they care for. And like so many others, my involvement stemmed from personal experience. I ended up becoming a primary caregiver for my dad after my mother passed away, and certainly recognized quickly the magnitude of the task at hand. And that's when I sought out care options and got involved with home care, which enabled me to bridge the transition, which was over a year in getting my dad into an institution. So I'm a strong advocate for bringing in help into the home to maintain one's health and independence. And respite care is another area where, you know, I recognize the need for it, because like I said, once a caregiver deteriorates, it impacts not only them but also the extended family. And we see that so many times where clients come to us and they might just get a modest amount of service. They might say, well, can you come in for 3 hours a week? And typically that 3 hours begins to evolve and extend to longer and longer periods. And I encourage people to seek out help.
So let's say I have decided to use New Generations for a family member of mine. What happens next?
Well, typically what we'll do is send in a nurse to do a client assessment. And the evaluation not only looks at the client's capacity, but also the needs of the family as well. And pending that, then we develop a care plan that meets the needs of the client and the family. On occasion, we've even visited patients and clients in the hospital pending their discharge so that an aide is awaiting their arrival home. And another aspect of the pre-assessment is that we get to match the client with a caregiver, because we find that compatibility is essential for a good relationship, because there's so much one-on-one care involved. And we find that if we get a caregiver that not only knows what the client, how to prepare a meal for a client, but also knows their personality, it best suits long-term continuum of care.
Congratulations to 10 years in home care. If you know someone who could benefit from home care or adult daycare, please call the number on your screen for New Generations.